Hi there. Happy to see you again. And looking forward to spending a couple of minutes with you. Let's get settled in with just taking a deep breath here. Exhale, release your shoulders with a sigh. Good. Be right here for a moment. What happened 5 seconds ago doesn't really matter. What's going to happen in the next 5 is not even here yet. But we can just stay here and spend a moment together. I want to talk about anxiety and feeling of anxiousness and permanent unease. It is something that you may be very familiar with, or maybe just in passing. If so, all the better for you, if it's only in passing. And maybe you know some friends around you or some other loved ones that have to struggle with it sometimes. So let's just look into it for a moment and see if we can unpack that a bit. Hi, fly. As the sun is coming out, I seem to be a very attractive target for all sorts of insects here. So I noticed this morning, I looked at my weekly calendar and I was like, oh my goodness, so many things going on. And despite me looking forward to every single one of them, I realized some anxiousness creeping up because it just seemed like too much. And, you know, I'm not always the most gentle on myself when it comes to scheduling. That is an area of improvement for me. Sometimes I just overschedule myself. And yet every single one of the things that I'm doing I really care about. So how can I find the balance in between those? Maybe that's something you're familiar with. So that's the one thing that made me a bit anxious. Like, when was the last time you felt some of that uneasiness? I realized sometimes it even creeps up in circumstances where we're like, I don't even know why I'm uneasy right now because everything's fine. That's a really interesting case. Maybe we'll start with that one. So that permanent feeling of uneasiness is often caused by our mind that has been trained very well to look into all the things that could possibly go wrong to keep us safe from them. So even when everything is fine, that permanent uneasiness can come from my mind looking out for things that could possibly not be fine to then take care of it so I can keep myself perfectly safe. Now, we also know that doesn't quite exist. Like, life happens and we can't control things, but our mind loves to keep us under the illusion that we can control the world around us. And of course we want to do our homework, so to speak, and to keep ourselves in good circumstances and all that. Yet we don't have complete control over many things. Actually, it seems we have very little control over the world, despite our many attempts to control it. So next time the uneasiness without a reason comes up, listen into whether your mind is just trying to keep you safe. And then we can acknowledge that. So instead of shoving things like that aside, for me it's always been more helpful to just say, okay, thanks mind, I hear you. Thank you for trying to keep me safe and well taken care of. I appreciate you. And we're good for now. And then we can just come back to enjoying the present moment and what is going on. Rewind to the example about my packed schedule this week. Maybe many of you can relate to that because we often end up with a lot of things that we want to get done, we need to get done. And so let's see where that takes us. So the moment I start getting anxious about, whoa, what am I going to do? How am I going to get all these done? And so on and so forth. I start blocking some of my mental capacity for that. Once I've sat myself down and made a plan, said, okay, this is as good as a plan as I can come up with for now. And then let's put that uneasiness aside and just get to work and say, I'm going to do the best I can with what I have right now. And what is the next step right now? And for me, about half an hour ago, the next best step was to close my laptop for half an hour and go outside for a walk. So that's why I'm here. Because I had a pretty strong headache coming on, I still feel it. And I realized I can try and push through this. It's probably going to get worse and then really take me out. Let's not go there. Let's acknowledge that the body needs something different right now and go for a walk around the little park. The good thing is, it gives me a ton of fresh air, gives me some sunlight. I got lucky today, yay! And it gives my head some time to just let go of all those thoughts and just release whatever is going on. Not even music on my ears, nothing. Just the wind in the trees, the kids playing in the background, maybe a bird chirping, and some distant traffic noise. It's a good place to be. Just be in the moment and say, this is the break I need right now so that afterwards I can be effective again. And as soon as we step away from the thing we're anxious about, we realize that, oh, it's actually not that big. It's all doable. Of course it's all doable. We're all very capable human beings. And that doesn't mean we always get everything done perfectly. We can just always do the best we can with what we have and ask ourselves, what's the next right thing to do? The next right thing to do. For me, that's going to be drink another half-liter of water when I get home to make sure that I'm hydrated enough and help that headache ease out. And even letting go of my resistance against the headache. Just say, all right, I hear you, body. Okay. That's present right now. Let me just be with it instead of trying to get away with it or trying to push in any direction. What is it here for? To try and remind me of? What is it here to teach me? And then what next good step can I take? So I would like to invite you to schedule some beautiful little breaks into your week. Whichever way they look like, invite some playfulness in there. Whether that's rolling around on the floor or whether it's jumping high in the air. If we can incorporate movement, that is a huge mood booster. And whenever we move our bodies, that also helps letting go of uneasiness and anxiety, because we realize, oh, fully alive in this body, I'm moving, and the movement also gets us out of a stuck place in our minds. Good. Let's summarize. So, first point, general uneasiness, is our mind trying to keep us safe, trying to keep us in a good place, trying to foresee all the things that could possibly happen. And if we can just respond to that by saying, thank you, I hear you, thank you for taking care of me, and I'm good for now, maybe that helps release it a bit. Second, if we see a ton of too many things to do, and we just feel a sense of overwhelm that may even make us anxious, then take 15 minutes to step back, sit down, maybe with a piece of paper and a pen instead of the digital device. I know for me that helps. Make the best plan you can. And then third one is, what is the next right step right now? What can I do with what I have for the best outcome possible? We usually do know the next step. And we don't need to worry so much about 7 steps down the road, because they will only become more clear once we've done steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with that, I wish you a wonderful week. Get in a little play break every once in a while. And take good care of yourselves. Much love to you. Bye for now.